The National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has assured legislators that the House will not be used as a rubber stamp by the executive, responding to concerns raised by Leader of Minority Opiyo Wandayi regarding the independence of the departmental committees. Speaker Wetangula said that the House will remain firm in performing its budget-making role. Separately, the government is considering amending the law to incorporate NACADA in the liquor licensing role played by the county government.
The Leader of Minority in the National Assembly, Opiyo Wandayi, took to the floor with claims that the executive was dictating how various departmental committees will allocate funds for the 2024-2025 budget, contrary to the Constitution.
What the Constitution envisages is that the national government would simply bring proposals, even if there was some selling, global selling from the National Treasury. That has also to be in consultation with the Parliament. But those proposals are supposed to be subjected to the departmental committees, which then would advise the Budget and Appropriations Committee. It was never envisaged that the executive would come with fixed mind and dictate.
An assertion that was quickly dismissed by the majority party.
Our government is there to guide the nation. Our government is there to bring development. Our government is there as executive, and it is not there to dictate.
And if he had such information, then he should tell us more, so that we are either as Parliament able to protect, speak to those chairmen, and so on and so forth. So I also was unable to take his matter with great seriousness because he needed to be more vivid.
But we have not been coerced. We have not been forced by anyone to write these reports in any particular form. Therefore, what he says is not correct unless there are other committees where there has been any such recommendation.
Speaker Moses Wetangula challenged him to table evidence that the House was under siege from the executive, even as he maintained the House will not be used to rubber stamp any decision.
That as long as I'm your Speaker, this House cannot and will not be turned into a rubber stamp. And I want to encourage you that in the event you see any such traits, attempts, or even intentions to turn the House into a rubber stamp, the office of your Speaker is open to you.
Meanwhile, the government is proposing to review the liquor licensing role to include NACADA. This is aimed at ensuring strict compliance with regulations as it scales up the war against illicit brew. National Assembly Security Committee Chairperson Gabriel Tongoyo also called for the East Africa community to standardize tariffs for ethanol.
And NACADA has got no much role. We were saying, Mr. Speaker, if we can able to harmonize and able to allow the NACADA to be a secretary to the district licensing district committee, it can able to ensure that some funds were ring-fenced and be made available to sensitize the public on the effect of the same.
Meanwhile, senators want the EACC and the DCI to investigate public officers involved in the irregular power distribution and the independent power producer agreement that led to a spike in power prices in the country.
For us to be able to make it affordable, Mr. Speaker, sir, we must start looking at the possibility of retiring some of the thermal plants so that we can not only give Kenyans green energy, but also affordable.
This Senate has power to deal with those cartels and to call those agreements here, debate on them, even pass a law dealing with those agreements, and therefore the agreement that they are cast on stone cannot really be sustained.
Gishokyo Washira, Prime Edition.